What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a super successful swing trading strategy that I personally use. But before we can hop into the video real quick, I need everybody to make sure to click that like as well as clicking that subscribe button and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. So like I said, we're going to be talking about a super successful swing trading strategy that I personally like to use. So basically, to get everything set up on your chart, these are going to be the indicators that you're going to need. You're going to need the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA, the on balance volume, which you can overlap on the actual volume, as you can see down here, the stochastic slow, as well as the TTM squeeze. Now you can use the free edition of the TTM squeeze, or you can use the TTM Squeeze affiliate link down in the description. Basically, with the pro edition of the TTM Squeeze, you're going to get these up and down arrows that you see on the chart, as well as the orange dots and the black dots on your TTM Squeeze. But now that you know what you should have on your chart, let's hop into this strategy right away. So a lot of you guys know that I prefer to swing trade. Personally, for me, swing trading is a lot easier than day trading, and it's because I was able to develop a strategy when it comes to swing trading that enables me to these swing trades and make these huge gains. So that's what I want to share with you guys in today's video. Again, click that like button and let's hop into it. So with these indicators real quick, let me just run down how they work. With the on balance volume, it works exactly like the trend of a stock. So a stock can only uptrend, where it's going to set higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is going to be an uptrend. As you can see in the on balance volume, what is it doing here? Higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. Or a stock can downtrend, where it's setting lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high. What's the on balance volume doing over here? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So that is basically what your on balance volume is going to be doing, plus the consolidation, basically where it's just sitting in the same exact range. So with the on balance volume, if you are looking for calls, ideally you want to see the on balance volume uptrending as well. Or if you're looking for puts, you want to see the on balance volume downtrending. So that's just a quick little run through on how you're going to be using the on balance volume. Now we also use the stochastic slow. There's a few different variations of the stochastics that you can use. However, I prefer to use the stochastic slow. So basically when the purple line curls above the blue line, this is generating a buy signal. And when the purple line curls below the blue line, this is generating a sell signal. And then of course, as always, we're always using the TTM squeeze. So the TTM squeeze, I have 2 videos, so make sure you guys do end up watching that. Light blue, strong buying momentum. Dark blue, the buying momentum's dying down. Red, strong selling momentum. And then the yellow, which is saying the selling momentum is easing up and buyers are coming back into the market. Then you get the red dots, which is actually telling you that it is actually squeezing. And then on top of that, you will have your orange dots, which are very rare to see. So now that you guys are familiar with what you see on the chart and actually the moving averages, so ideally if you're looking for calls, you want to see the stock above the 8 and 21 EMA, or if you're looking for puts, you want to see the stock below the 8 and 21 EMA. So let me show you this strategy actually put into place on a trade that we took very recently on CVS. So the very first thing you're going to do is you want to set up a flexible grid that has the monthly, weekly, and daily time frame, as you can see right here. Now on these time frames, some things that I am looking at, first off, is there a higher time frame squeeze? So that is the very first thing I am looking for. I have found in my swing trades personally, when there is a weekly and a daily squeeze, the results tend to be pretty significant. Now, if it's in the light blue momentum and we see that squeeze on the weekly, as well as the daily, that is where I've seen the best results. So now after looking at the squeeze on those 3 time frames, seeing first off, what is the color of the momentum? If it's light blue, you want to look for those calls because that's strong buying momentum. However, if you see the red dots on the TTM squeeze, that is a higher time frame squeeze, and when the squeeze finally fires, it's going to make a more significant move. So paying attention to the higher time frames is always a must. Now on top of that, if I'm looking for calls, I want to see the stock above the 8 and 21 EMA on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. So we're still in these swing trades for CVS. They hit a high of plus 90% today. The very first thing I would have done, go to the monthly time frame. Now, if it's super overextended from the 8 EMA on the monthly time frame, I've noticed that those swing trades tend to not work out. So I like to see the stock actually near the monthly 8 EMA. So now after looking at the monthly time frame, is there chart patterns? Is it above the moving averages? What is the stochastic doing? And then looking at that TTM squeeze. If the monthly checks up, I then want to break it down to the weekly. So if we're looking at CVS, we can see that it has this nice little flag right here on the weekly time frame. So if we take this trend line and connect it there, looks good. Also, what do we notice on the weekly time frame? Well, that OBV is coming up and it's breaking this little downtrend that I was having right here. We look down, it generated a stochastic buy signal. And then if we look at the TTM squeeze, well, we have those orange dots going into the red and that momentum is building. So when you see the monthly and the weekly hinting at the direction that a stock wants to go, that's when you break it down to the daily time frame to fine tune your entries and see if the daily is also confirming. So if we're looking at CVS again on the daily time frame, what do we see? This OBV is breaking out and it's coming up. We have that yellow dot squeeze turning into the light blue, which is now firing. And then if we look at the stochastic, it generated a buy signal over here. Well, what did it end up doing 2 days ago? It broke out of this flag right here and now it's giving the push to the upside. So again, this was a trade that we took on CVS. Beautiful breakout, and it looks like it wants to give the continuation this week. And what did we do? I just broke it down from the monthly. Looking at the monthly time frame, what's the stochastic, OBV, and the squeeze doing, as well as is it above the moving averages and is it not overextended from the moving averages? Plus looking for any chart patterns. Then after the monthly, you want to break it down to the weekly, same thing, chart patterns, look at the stochastic, look at the OBV, look at the squeeze, look at the moving averages. And then after that, you want to break it down to the daily, and you basically want to be doing the same thing. So now if we go back to an older swing trade that I took on TXN, it's going to be the same exact thing. We start looking at the monthly. Okay, the monthly looks very good. It was overextended from that 8 EMA on the monthly time frame. Therefore, what ended up happening? It pulled back to the monthly 8 EMA before it ended up giving another push to the upside. So on the monthly time frame, it looks good. It's coming back to the 8 EMA, increasing OBV, and then we had that light blue squeeze. Then if we break it down to the weekly, this is what really gave it away for me and the whole reason why I entered the trade. So if we look right here, what do we get on the weekly time frame? We get a weekly symmetrical triangle, which is going to be crucial. Again, the higher the time frame, these patterns, the bigger the breakout's going to be. The higher the time frame, the squeeze, the bigger the reaction will be when that squeeze finally fires. So now looking at the weekly time frame, we have a symmetrical triangle right here. That OBV is coming up and uptrending. We get a stochastic slow buy signal, and then again on the weekly time frame, we have these orange dots on the squeeze. And when you see these orange dots on the squeeze, this is basically saying grab me by the face and pay attention to me. So now after looking at the monthly and the weekly and knowing that TXN looks good for a swing trade, we then want to break it down to the daily time frame and look for our actual entry. So when we ended up entering this trade was right here. So if we're looking at the daily time frame on TXN, again, we entered right there. Well, if we look down here at the stochastic, what did it do? It generated a buy signal. If we look at the OBV was coming up. If we look down at the squeeze, what is it doing? The red dots in the light blue momentum. What's more than likely going to happen in TXN is it's going to break to the upside. So it ended up breaking to the upside and it gave us a nice little continuation, pull back, retest of the breakout, and then another continuation. So again, starting on the monthly time frame, making sure everything checks up, breaking it down to the weekly and then down to the daily. Some people only pay attention to the daily time frame when they're making their swings, but I found that the most successful swing trading strategy for me is breaking it down to the monthly, looking for all the confirmations that it provides. After that, break it down to the weekly, looking at the same stuff. Is there even more confirmation? So if there's 5 confirmations on the monthly, 5 confirmations on the weekly, we now have 10 confirmations total. Well, then when we break it down to the daily, if let's say there was 3 confirmations on the daily, well, now we have 13 confirmations to get into this trade. And then let's end up looking at one more swing trade. Unfortunately, I did sell out of this at a loss, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyway because I should have stuck to the plan and I let other people get to me and made me sell this out of fear. But the technicals were absolutely beautiful. That's why I want to show it to you guys. And like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say I made 500% on this swing trade. Did I sell it at a loss? Yes, but that's because I let other people's opinions get to me. So looking at EWJ, if you guys don't know how to use Fibonacci, make sure to watch the Fibonacci video down in the description. Anyways, if we are looking at the higher time frames, and we go to the monthly time frame, well, what does it look like EWJ ended up forming on the monthly time frame? Well, it ended up forming a monthly bull flag. What did it do? It pulled right back to that monthly 8 EMA before giving the continuation. So this is why zooming out and looking for possible chart patterns is very, very important. Again, the bigger the time frame, the bigger the breakout. So all it did was pull back to that monthly 8 EMA, consolidate for a few months, and then it gave the continuation. Well, if we're looking down at the indicators, we got this light blue momentum and we have this OBV increasing while it's above the moving averages. Bingo. So now after looking at the monthly, making sure everything is good, we then want to break it down to the weekly. Well, what do we see on the weekly time frame? Again, that squeeze. So if we're looking at the weekly time frame, EWJ was squeezing from 426 all the way till 9.6. So 5 months it was squeezing in this very tight range. Again, we're starting to see the orange dots, and I will say the squeeze is a significant role in my swing trades, but being able to identify those higher time frame swings is what makes my swing trading strategy so successful. So looking at EWJ, what do we see on the weekly now? Well, we got the weekly OBV coming up. We got the weekly stochastic buy right here. And then we have that squeeze that is looking to fire. Once EWJ was able to break out of this consolidation, what did it end up doing? It went straight to that 127 extension on the Fibonacci before pulling back. But that's going to be my super successful swing trading strategy. Again, just to recap everything, always start on the monthly time frame. And real quick, make sure to use these indicators: 8 EMA, 21 EMA, on balance volume, stochastic slow, and the TTM squeeze. But always start on the monthly time frame. This is going to give you the bigger picture, which is what you want when you're swing trading. You don't want to be laser focused on only the daily time frame because you're going to be missing so much more to the puzzle. So start on the monthly time frame. Make sure that that OBV is increasing. It's above the moving averages, maybe a stochastic buy signal, maybe even a squeeze on the monthly time frame. But if it's above the moving averages, the OBV is increasing, a buy signal, and even just the light blue momentum is enough confirmation for me to continue looking at this for a possible swing trade. So after you do everything on the monthly time frame, as well as looking at trend lines or even chart patterns, that's when you want to break it down to the weekly after that. So then on the weekly, you're going to be doing the same exact thing. What is the on balance volume doing? Is there a weekly squeeze? Is there a stochastic buy signal? Is it above the moving averages? So after you're looking at the monthly and the weekly, you should have a very good idea if you want to end up swinging this stock. So once you're done looking at the weekly, you then want to break it down to the daily. Again, look for even more confirmations. And then the daily is where you're going to fine tune your entries and your exits. And again, looking at the daily time frame, we got even more confirmations to get into this trade. So the more confirmations you have from breaking it down to the monthly, to the weekly, to the daily is going to give you a lot more confidence going into your swing trade, rather than you just looking at the daily time frame and only maybe having a few confirmations. There's been trades that I've gotten into where I've had 15 confirmations and I was super confident getting into that trade. Therefore, if there was the slightest pullback, I'm not really worried about it because I have all of those confirmations. Therefore, I'm going to be sticking to my plan, and the only thing that's going to make me exit a position at this point, ignoring EWJ, but other than that, the only thing that's going to make me exit a position is if my plan goes to crap, basically. So the market is going to have to prove me wrong in order for me to sell my trade. Again, the more confirmations you have, the more confident you should be hopping into that swing trade. But again, make sure to actually look at the monthly, weekly, daily before hopping into your swing trades. It's going to give you the bigger picture and it's going to let you find more confirmations before entering your trade. But if you guys would like more swing trading videos, make sure to comment down below. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to click that like and that subscribe button, as well as clicking that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But as always, I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.